This is Marcus Johnson. I'm from Sweden. I'm playing quad division, and that means I have lower function even in my arms as well as my legs. In my particular case, my left hand, I'm left-handed player, I've got weaker grip, basically, that's it. And for not dropping the racket, I used to tape it to my hand. And I'm going to show you how I tape my racket for playing tennis. So first I just try to cover up the spot I usually get a bit of blisters if I'm not covered. So I just open with that inside of the thumb. Like a protective surface. After that I just take the racket. I'm using a forehand grip for the angle. I don't know if you can see it. Something like this, so I got a steady forehand shot. And for backhands, I'm gonna use slices, and then I have to just turn my wrist basically a lot to get the proper angle. But this is the grip I'm choosing to tape for. So first I'll just try and lock in the first lower fingers, maybe the two first fingers or last fingers, depending on where you look. And one crucial thing when taping is not to go too high up on the thumb, because if you lock the thumb into the grip too much, for me that's painful really, and I can't get the blood circulation, so I need to have the thumb a little bit free by keeping the tapes low all the time, not going up too high on the thumb. You will see I lead everything downwards here. So just going around, and what I found out as well is it's much more comfortable for me and not to make the taping too tight at first. Rather I go just comfortably, and then the last turns I can increase the tension a bit and tape it harder, just to adjust the last bit. So now I just keep going around that way, trying to lock the end of the racket into a good place. Everything kind of low on the thumb here. And here, really soft around the wrist, and then just laying it up, and everything will just stabilize the whole hand. Trying to put the long finger in position. And now I'm starting to build up for the index finger. Like so. And now I'm basically just wrapping it around in a crisscross way. So going from down to over. And this is also a crucial finger for me, not to tape too hard, because it's easy to make it too tense. And then it's just numbing off and I can't feel it, and I need to redo the taping. So while I'm up here for the index finger, I go one more turn, a little bit upwards, just trying to lock it into place, like that. So now I can move it a bit, and I just try to push it down to the end, and then I'll go one more turn over. Really soft hair round, and then just locking it into place by squeezing the free tape. So now it's kind of stable, and after that it's basically building up a steady grip and feeling everything's in place. A few more turns like this, basically. There you go. This is for good stabilization as well. Now the whole grip is covered, so after that I'm just finishing off the last round, going over the end of the racket, up inside the thumb. And that way these first turns are protected when pushing, so they don't roll down. So I keep them in place by having this last direction. And locking the last bit is, I found a good place is to go high up with the index finger, because it's no real tear and wear up here, so it doesn't really loosen up by touching the wheel or something. So this is where all the usage will be, around this area. And when playing, you could easily hit a few minutes and just come back and maybe tighten it up a bit. I usually just start on the back of my hand, going low, straight over, like a big cross, and then locking it again when it's tight enough. So that's basically what I'm doing when taping. Me personally, I will push with my racket hand using the inside of my thumb, like so. Many other players, some other players anyway, use the back of their, almost down to the wrist, like maybe taping the whole thumb in place and then pushing with the back of their lower part of the thumb and almost at the wrist. But I keep my thumb free just to be able to do that, and I still have some strength in the thumb, so it's okay for me to do that. But I don't have like the paraplegics and can really and like twist it off and get some extra push from that last bit. I don't have that possibility anymore, but I still find it's a great grip on the rim, just using my thumb like so. Any questions?